This is a teardown of a Linksys EA6400 wireless router. And not quite sure how this comes apart yet. There is a tamper sticker here for whatever reason. I don't think it really does anything. Let's get something and scrape it off. There's not going to be a screw under there. And there's no seam. So, yeah, basically the most pointless tamper sticker ever. I believe this is going to be snapped together because these feet appear to be glued on fairly strongly. Oh, nope, there are screws under the feet. Yep. Kind of surprised. I think this might be like a nicer model of the consumer level stuff though, because I see some heat sinks in through the bottom holes. Also looks like the plastic might be slightly discolored. That's to be expected though from age and presumably heat. Now, question is, I suspect it is snapped together still. Let's see here. Yeah, might be big enough. Feels like there's some clips along here somewhere. I guess some people don't like it when I bounce it off the floor off camera, so let's see if I can get this apart without bouncing off the floor. I am damaging clips doing this right now, I think. Yeah. So, you can see there's clips all the way around the perimeter. I'm not sure how you would get that off in a non-destructive way. I think, oh yeah, I busted all these too. I think you'd have to pry the base away from the lid, basically. So it'd have to splay out like that. It's a lot of antennas. I don't like to see what this is, but I'm guessing it's at least wireless in. I'd be a little surprised if it was new enough to be AC, but it doesn't really matter either way. This unit supposedly is bad. So there's the inside. Some of the antennas weren't soldered, but some of them were. I don't know, those are the soldered ones. Probably for the different bands or something. But yeah, I got a lot of nice aluminum heat sinks on this. Not used to seeing that on consumer wireless access points. Oh, wrong side. See some familiar stuff already. Some expansion flash and a Broadcom chip. I don't know if this is going to have Atheros chips for the wireless or not. Got to unscrew these heat sinks though. Heat sinks were attached to the bottom side of these portions of the board, which is more than likely where the wireless controllers are. This middle heat sink is going to be like the main processor and maybe some of the switching as well. Another Broadcom chip. Let's see if I can get these metal cans off or if they're soldered on. Can't tell. Oh, no, lids are removable. Oh, this bottom one. Oh, bottom one has two. Nice. Not much to see on the bottom. Just shielding for the bypass caps and stuff, I guess. So, Yeah, that was doing some cooling through the bottom of the board there. Otherwise, not much else to see. More bypass caps and stuff for the various chips on the top side. It's interesting. Shielding for the USB port, it looks like. Let's try from over here. No, this one's soldered down. Not sure why the USB needs its own little shield like that. But we got power regulation stuff here for the inputs. Guessing these Broadcom chips are controlling the wireless sections of the board. This must be like the amplification, like modulation portion of it. Because this Broadcom chip wasn't under the can, and it doesn't appear to be getting any heat sinking. Kind of interesting how it's all the shape. Basically the signal path, I'm assuming, because it looks like that's going outwards towards the antenna points. In this case, the antennas are soldered. Pretty crazy looking. I had some expansion storage there for the boot image. Some SK Hynix memory. The brains of the operation is a Broadcom chip, and I don't think I'm going to be able to focus on that. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think. Probably the best I'm going to get. Even just looking at it with my eyes, it's so small. It's too small to read. But there's the other Broadcom chip for the wireless. Being that that has 3 antennas, I wonder if that's the wireless in chip. But it looks like there's basically 3 identical modules there that were under the can. And they go out to these 3 antennas. I think you can do wireless in with 2 antennas, but usually with the wireless in stuff in laptops, at least the older ones that were of this same era, they'd always have 3 antennas, and that was the quick and easy way to tell between a in card and a BG card. But also more goofy layouts of the components, kind of fun. Various headers here that might have been used for programming or possible upgrades as well. SPI boot and NAND boot. It looks like these might have been jumpers to configure something. But I think that's really all there is to see, so hopefully that was interesting, and thanks for watching.